So one thing that got lost in the shuffle, in my opinion, a little bit, is the fact that this Trunks is getting a Zenkai Awaken in the anniversary at some point. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the Trunks and just ways I would improve him, things that he needs to have happen for him to really fully excel at what he wants to do in the game. So that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that subscribe if you are new to the channel for more content, as well as that notification. And today's video like will be 2,000 likes if you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to help us hit our like goal. So again, the event, it's happening during the anniversary. That's all we really know. There is no date on it. There is no full-on information on it. That is not what this video is centered on. But if you're interested in hearing what I would do for this unit and what I expect to have happen, be sure to listen through the video. So let's go ahead and kind of like use Kid Goku as a barometer for this video in its entirety. So I didn't actually finish Kid Goku's Zenkai 7. I just got really busy. Fatherhood, all that other stuff, but just got really busy. So you do get the full unique for Zenkai 6, though. So there's that. The only thing you're missing out on is the increased stats, and then also the Legends Road final Zenkai ability buff, right? So here are the stats for Kid Goku, by the way. Actually really good, considering also he doesn't have the final buff there, but he is 14-star. He doesn't have the final one, though. But very good stats. So you can see the impact that this has on these units. This is going to be monstrous for this Trunks. So let's start out by taking a look at the Trunks as he is currently talking about the ways that he's going to impact the teams as well. He's going to be on and just kind of going from there. So first and foremost, he's blue unit. People complained for months about how Future needed a blue unit, and they're finally getting that in the form of not only this dude, but LF Vegito Blue, right? The second LF Vegito. So even if you don't pull this guy, you're going to have a very good free-to-play option, right? He's also going to be able to go Red 4, or Red 7, excuse me, 14-star as well. So if you really just put your mind to it, you'll be able to have a very good blue unit for this team. Also, shout out to everybody that was complaining this dude isn't blue. I told everybody, like, yo, they have a plan. They're going to drop a blue. It's probably being reserved. The color's being reserved. And sure enough, 2 blue units for Future are dropping. So that's pretty cool. All right. Anyways, so Trunks. So Trunks, let's take a look at how he is pre-transformation. Trunks is funny. He almost doesn't even change at all between his forms, like at all. Main ability is just transform into Super Saiyan after 10 counts. Very generic stuff. First unique is plus 15% of damage inflicted per defeated battle member and plus 30% to own key recovery when allied Gohans are defeated. If he's last man, he's getting 30% attack, or damage, excuse me. And if one of the characters that's defeated is a Gohan, he's getting 30% key recovery. But if you have a Gohan battle member, he gets 30% strike damage. There is a difference just between general damage and strike damage or just blast damage. There's a reason why the game specifies, right? So that being said, this also is specific to only Gohans. Any Gohan, but only Gohan characters. And also this inverts. This does not function with the first unique. In order for Gohan to be defeated, or to get this, it's just not going to function. That's why it says defeated battle member or just battle member. Like there are differences. This inverts. You should not sustain this, right? Unless I'm just crazy and I'm misremembering how that mechanic works. It should invert. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Anyways, Masenko here. Inflicts enemy dash downgrade plus 15% to strike damage received for 15 counts on hit, and plus 20% to strike damage inflicted with the green card for 20 counts. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. Like, there's a lot. But what I will say that's interesting is he, I believe, again, correct me if I'm mistaken, is the first transforming Zenkai unit. So I'm actually really curious to see like how they handle transforming Zenkais in their essence in the game, right? Like what are they gonna do? Because he needs a lot. He needs sustainability throughout his first form, things like that. Like he needs a lot. So the main ability now draws a blue card and gives plus 30% to blue card damage for 15 counts. And you need 10 counts to use it. Same exact unique abilities and basically same stuff here. Okay, like I said, there's a lot that can kind of happen. So let's start off with this. Let's start off with a pre-transformation, talk about the main ability. I want him to be something similar to the newer transforming units. A lot of them do things like restore HP and or health. So that's what he needs. It's just that simple to me. I think he needs that because these units should not be useless in their pre-transformation state. Shallot, I am looking at you. I really hope SSJ Shallot does something different. Like, I doubt it, but I hope. Pre-transformation. So yeah, he shouldn't be useless pre-transformation in terms of having, you know, lack of sustainability or the ability to sustain combos or whatever the case is. Give him something on the main ability other than just transform Super Saiyan. Literally anything. Now, again, he has the exact same uniques through and through, so there's nothing really else I can say here. But what I'd be interested to see is how they impact this. Like, are they going to say, oh, this stays the same and then post-transformation it buffs or whatever? Like, I don't... Transforming units, unless I'm just forgetting one, have not happened, and we don't have an example for that. So Trunks is going to be our first transforming example for Zenkai and the way that that's supposed to work in this game. So we need to see that. But I'll talk about this unique for the entirety of the game, just in terms of, like, post-transformation as well. It's not bad, but I think it needs a buff. This needs to be 25% of damage inflicted per defeated battle member in general. Just 25 instead of 15. That's pretty normal stuff, too. Like, if we look at Kid Goku has something similar. Plus 25% to strike damage inflicted per defeated battle member. Now, Kid Goku's is actually innately going to be worse than this because it's strike damage only, but still not bad. 25, I think, is fair. It could be 20, just so it's not completely overshadowing Kid Goku's, especially because there's an entire separate part for ki recovery if a Gohan is defeated. Now, this part's interesting because I'd be interested to see if this actually goes even further than this, and they're like, oh, if a Gohan's defeated, you get another damage buff as well. That could be interesting. One thing to remember about this Trunks is he was actually made with, not that guy in mind, but Yellow Future Gohan in mind, who coincidentally, when he's defeated, gives the entire melee toolkit to every ally, right? He gets strike damage buff, ki recovery buff, card draw speed buff. This is all stuff the Trunks needs, by the way. Plus 15% of damage inflicted as well if you're a future unit, which the Trunks is. Like, he was made with this dude in mind, but I don't think that's fair to the Zenkai Trunks to keep him with that focus, right? He shouldn't be built with that Gohan in mind. It should be more of a luxury than almost a necessity that it is now, right? So I don't know what they were going to do with that, but that's just something. Speaking of the Gohan restriction, needing a Gohan to be a battle member to get this strike damage up is whatever, I guess. If you're going to be forced to use a specific character, I'd like to see this honestly jump to like 50. Like, if you're going to be forcing them to use a Gohan, and I showed the list of Gohans. It can be any Gohan in the game. So, like, it doesn't have to be that one. It can be any. But if you're going to force it, it needs to be higher. I ideally would like to see this change a couple of ways to being 30% general damage and then also, like, character tags instead of actual characters. Like, Future, for example. Like, Future Legends Road is fine. Like, Future and Legends Road as a combo, just like his Z ability, is fine. Instead of just Gohans, right? I think that would be fair. But I also, other than that, would like to see it do more. But looking at Kid Goku, his uniques, literally first two, all they did was buff him. They didn't change it all. They're the exact same, just the number's a little higher. So, like, that's basically it, if I recall correctly anyway. But the most important thing about Zenkais is they do add in 2 entirely new uniques to these characters. For example, Kid Goku got a support ability for the Hope to Save the Earth, which is insane. It also doesn't discriminate. That's one of the best supports in the game. It doesn't say, oh, only to this type of character. It doesn't discriminate. And it restores ki for combo extension. That is nuts, right? Kid Goku's a monster. Insane. Legitimately one of the best characters in the game. Like, Kid Goku's nuts. And again, the same can be true for this Trunks if they do him right. So the You Lose unique as well is interesting because it gives him the melee toolkit. I talked about this, but there is an archetype for melees in this game where they need some combination of a damage buff or strike damage or both, whatever the case is. Again, there's specifications to that, right? And then also he gets general damage. He gets strike damage as well. He gets card draw speed. He also has a unique for ki recovery. Like, this is the melee toolkit. Card draw speed, a buff. And ki recovery, or like card cost down, or some combination of both of those. And if you have like card cost down, maybe it could be like Gotenks where you just restore ki with using like a green. Like, there's combinations of this stuff, but it's all the same, right? And we have a lot of examples. So Trunks needs all of that stuff, which again, coincidentally, is the stuff that this dude gives. So, like, that's why I said I don't think it's fair to think about this guy when you build Zenkai Trunks, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair to forget him because Zenkai Trunks legitimately, if he gets these things automatically without needing to be with that Gohan as an entirely separate unique, then when he's paired with the Gohan, he's going to be just through the roof, right? So that's something to think about. One thing I think about when it comes to this character, though, is the sustained excellence, right? The ability to have something like a passive buff like LF Frieza, Bunny Bulma. I believe LF Piccolo has one as well, and Hercule. Like, these characters that just for existing are buffing your allies. That would be insane. Like, that's the type of stuff Legends Road needs to be able to sustain the years of this game. Because Legends Road is finally going to become what it wants to be when you have all these units at Zenkai 7 and stuff. And it finally will be what it was designed to be in the first place, a free-to-play team, right? And that's really competitive. And they will be if they get stuff that is timeless, like this Kid Goku unique that buffs allies and stuff. That's timeless. This will forever be good. There might be better versions of this, but this unique will forever be good. And buffing units is always going to be good. So Trunks needs something like that. But again, I'm also a little apprehensive because it's like, dude, look at how he would fit and interact with like Future. If he gives buffs like this, it's going to be nuts for units like Rose, for example. Also benefiting from Rose's debuffs, which I believe are Future and God Key specific. So, but nonetheless, I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen because I want him to age better than he aged last time, right? So that's one thing I want to see. I want to see a unique with damage buffs. And last but not least, he needs to change. This main needs to give enough key to use his blue card. If not, it needs to give at least half, or 25, 30, whatever the case is. It'll probably be 30, but it needs to give some combination of that. Or his first, there's 10 counts in between. Nah, it still needs to do it. So there's that. But I also want to see him be better as a last man. But one thing that'll be interesting to see is how they split up that last unique. Are they going to give him some restriction to being on a specific team, getting specific buffs? This is a unique, again, that doesn't exist yet, right? Or are they going to do something similar to what they did with Kid Goku here? Kid Goku also picks up endurance on this unique. Trunks is not going to get endurance, but like, this is an insane unique ability. Getting all this stuff just cause is insane, while also being a very competent last man because you're getting 25% more strike attack and defense. Like, this is a very competent unit. And Trunks can age very well. But really, just to summarize, pre-transformation, I want to see him get sustainability, whether it's healing or cuts. Like, look at transforming Blue Vegeta, the older one from the movie. That guy is a good example, right? He's very, very good pre-transformation. Post-transformation, I need his main to give him enough to use the blue, or at least 30, right? I also want to see him get a general damage buff. Make that happen. Or something else. Not just the special move damage buff. Something else. I don't really have much to say about the blue card. I will say I want to see the green card probably change Blast to Strikes. That'd be huge for him. Huge. Huge for him. That would be insanity. Also, if he restores Ki, oh my god, dude. He becomes the sidestep king. Well, one of the part of the archetype, but you get my point. I don't know what happens with this, so it's kind of just whatever. It's not going to change much. If Kid Goku's an example, it's not changing much, right? And I want to see a unique that buffs units, whether it's on Switch or just passively, like Bunny Bulma. That's good. And then the last unique's a toss-up. I honestly wouldn't mind if they copy-pasted this. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, even if they don't include the endurance part, they copy this, and that's fine. But I want to see him just be a monster damage-wise. You know one thing they could do is the longer he's out there, exceeding buffs. Like, oh, after 15 counts, get this and this and this. Like, oh, they could do something like that. We'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see this. I'm actually really excited for this. Again, it's going to come out eventually. It's not out yet. Just more or less just a discussion. So if you guys enjoyed these videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want to know more. What is something you guys want to hear discussed about on the channel over the anniversary, right? Let me know. Here's a list of Kid Goku's Zenkai stuff. Screenshot this because you're going to basically need the same stuff for the upcoming Trunks. Although the Zenkai souls, all that, it's all going to be, the regular souls are going to be blue instead of yellow. The Zenkai souls are going to be red and blue instead of yellow and purple, right? But it's all the same. It should all be pretty much the same numbers. You need 246 million Zenny for the full Zenkai. Okay. Have an awesome day, and I'll see all of you in the next one.